It's Perp back with another video, and I just got done checking out the Invincible Season 2 finale, and I'm just going to give you my thoughts on this finale, but also give you my thoughts on this season as a whole, because it's definitely been kind of controversial as far as some people kind of falling off of just how they've been releasing these episodes, releasing it in two parts. Part one not being as strong, but I believe that with the way they wrap things up, I'm satisfied with this season overall, especially with part two. It definitely was a much stronger set of episodes compared to the first four that we got, and I was kind of one of those people that was really like doubting Invincible. It's just like, I don't really know where this is going, but I think they tied this really well together. Episode 2 being the weakest out of this whole entire season, but I really think part 2 with Anissa and just everything going on with episode 7 was really strong, and the stuff with the Guardians and seeing just all the stuff that Mark has to deal with, because this is all really a Mark-centric type of season, mixed with a lot of different other plots and whatnot with other characters, but it really comes down to Mark. They really bring this back with Mark, and I want to talk about this finale, so let me know how you guys feel about it in the comments below. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you're new, and with that being said, let's get right into this finale, because they kick things off, Omni-Man and everything that was going on with his character, Mark finding out he has a brother, and, him getting caught up with the Viltrumites. That's how part one pretty much ended, with Nolan being captured by the Viltrumites and being held for execution. But this is not why we came here to check out this finale, because the one thing that I think threw people off at the beginning of this season is the whole multiverse storyline, because it felt like they just set it up in one episode and they didn't really do anything up until this point, and why I say they really delivered with just bringing everything full circle with Astrom coming back and wanting to get his revenge on Mark for what he has done. And he is just so menacing in this, and I really like his utilization of this multiverse kind of power, where he's just throwing Mark into these different universes and stuff. And there's this one scene where he gets thrown into a Spider-Man like universe, which this would have broke the internet if they were able to actually get Spider-Man in this moment, him fighting Doc Ock. But obviously it's their own version, which I would really like to see this character pop back up. But that was a great moment. But going back to this and just seeing how traumatized Astrom's version of Mark has traumatized him to the point where he's killed almost everybody that he's loved in his life. Just a straight menace, man. I've wondered if our version of Mark is going to cross paths with this version of Mark. That would be a great fucking matchup. But this is why he's doing this, and he wants to just make Mark suffer. I also like that he throws him into this Walking Dead universe and whatnot. That's a really dope kind of thing that they did. There's a lot of little interesting little things that they did with the multiverse thing, and the stakes are very high. I was on the edge of my seat, because even you have Debbie here trying to protect Oliver in this moment, but also putting her life on the line, and she gets really fucked up in this episode. I was just like, man, this guy Astrom is not playing around. He's really making Mark suffer, and just Mark's trying to get to them, but he keeps going into these different universes. And I also like that he sees Batman in one of these universes, and he ends up in like a Mad Max universe, and he's able to get the slip on Astrom and get back into his universe. But this is where Mark really snaps and he's just completely tired of this dude's shit and he ends up killing him. And this is a very pivotal moment for Mark's character because he did not mean to kill him, and he's just broken. He's really fed up at this point and he's having this breakdown and he just can't believe what he has done, coming to the realization also that he might be even stuck there just because he killed him. And good thing that back in his timeline, Debbie is able to get rescued from with Cecil. Cecil finds her and is able to get there before she can lose any more blood, which obviously I'm surprised that Debbie has even survived just the way her injury was. It's really crazy. And then the whole Nolan storyline, Alan's plan is coming to fruition, and it's getting closer to becoming a reality for him to break Nolan out of there, save him from being executed. So that's kind of playing in the background. So then what ends up happening is Mark is just kind of feeling defeated until he sees a portal open up, and then we see some older Guardian characters, an older Eve pop up. It says, "We are the people that we come from the timeline where you disappeared from." And I'm curious to see how dark that universe is. And I like this moment with Eve before Mark goes back to his timeline where she pretty much confesses that she's always loved him. Back on Mark's timeline, he sees the repercussions of just what ends up happening to his mom, and he's just making sure she's okay, and he's just really broken at this point. He's really fucked up, and Cecil's like, "Look, man, like, you're not your father." And this is where Mark kind of snaps. There's some other stuff that happens in between this time, but like, I really like them depicting this where Mark is just completely shattered by him taking somebody's life, and he never meant to do that. And but it goes back to just what his father's always said, and just even him wanting to be like his father, and now him regretting that, and now he's really become his father in a way where he has taken somebody's life now. And that's going to be interesting to kind of see them, Omni-Man and Mark, kind of cross paths again, and to kind of get that kind of a moment where Mark tells him about his first time killing somebody and stuff like that. I'm curious to see how that scene is going to kind of go into the future. But the episode ends with, Mark and Debbie going back to the house, and the house is pretty much completely fixed and whatnot. They fixed that really quickly. And Mark and Debbie have this really heart-to-heart moment where Mark is like, I gotta drop out of high school. I gotta kind of figure this stuff out. I need some time, really emotional moment. And I also like the moment he has with Eve and them foreshadowing that they're going to obviously get a bit closer going to season 3. And it's a shame that, him and Amber are not going to be a thing, but I'm sure fans of the show are happy that they broke up and they want to see him with Eve anyway. So overall, I really enjoyed this season. Was it perfect? No, it started off kind of rocky, but I feel like I said, they tied a lot of loose ends in this season. And overall, it's just a really solid season, I think just because of how well received the first season is, and just the way that they went about releasing this season, it kind of messed up with the hype a bit. But I think with this finale, it should bring some people back, and hopefully they'll learn going into season 3 and beyond that, they just got to get better with releasing things and whatnot. But let me know how you guys feel about this season and this finale overall. Did you like the fact that it ends with Nolan saying he misses his wife? Which wife is he talking about? let me know. Until next time, I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.